What's up guys, thanks for joining me for a new video. Today I want to talk about some of what I consider to be the dark side of Amazon. Some of the things that you hopefully never have to deal with as an Amazon seller. And I'm going to speak specifically to my personal experience. So I'll probably split this into my FBM products, which are like my third-party seller. I don't know how to describe it. Everybody's familiar with FBA, right? Fulfilled by Amazon. That's where I source my products from overseas. I personally do private label, and I'm looking into wholesale, by the way. Maybe I'll talk about that at the end. But I source them from overseas, send them to Amazon's warehouses, and then when the orders come through, Amazon's employees will pick, pack, and ship it. They also deal with returns so that I can focus on scaling my business. So I outsource that. With FBM products, that's third party, fulfilled by merchant. And actually, instead of me going to the post office every day and shipping out products, I outsource that work to Printful and Gearbubble. So when I get an FBM order, whichever of those production partners is supposed to fulfill that order, it could be like a hat, a shot glass, a t-shirt, a coffee mug, a bunch of things. Whichever one's supposed to fulfill it, they'll fulfill it. Now, it's been a great business. Those of you guys that are subscribed that see my income reports, you already know I make at least $1,000 a month minimum selling FBM print on demand on Amazon in profit. Now on better months, that could be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I don't know if I've cracked 5,000 in a month yet from just FBM print on demand, but it's lucrative. However, it doesn't come without its drawbacks. And these, I would say, are not as bad as what I'm gonna talk about with my FBA business that I've had to deal with recently. So FBM print on demand, the biggest thing I've had to deal with that's negative is other sellers jumping on my listings and undercutting me, which is within their right to do. You know, the way that, it's my understanding at least, that the way that brand registry is supposed to work is really for if you have the exclusive rights to manufacture and sell a product. And that would apply, in my mind, to my private label FBA products, not really to my print on demand products, where I'm taking a generic, you know, coffee mug, t-shirt, hat, you know what I mean? All of those products have like their baseline, they're a brand, right? It could be a shirt that's like the Gildan 64,000, right? There's nothing stopping you guys from going and making the same Gildan 64,000 and putting the same design on a t-shirt. So I don't want to get caught up fighting other people undercutting me on Amazon on my listings if I think Amazon might side with them. You know, I'd rather fly under the radar. But what I've seen that's made this a little bit harder on myself is I've seen printers, you know, like yesterday when I had Travis on, he owns his own fulfillment center for what it's worth. You know what I mean? He has the machines to produce print on demand products himself. Therefore, he has a massive competitive advantage if he wants to jump on other people's listings and undercut them price-wise. Now, I'm not saying he undercut me, but I was able to trace one specific company in New York City. I forget what they're called, but I found them on like Instagram, and they had jumped on like a bunch of my best-selling hat listings and easily took thousands of dollars away from me in profits last year. And I mean, it's just part of the game. I don't want to get caught up. I know a lot of you guys are like, Ryan, how do you not get furious and try to fight them over this? And I think it's truly like the way that Amazon wants their catalog structured. I think they are playing by the rules. So for me, I just kind of let it go. And that's why I'm always willing to pivot and be agile and look for newer trends, as well as always mixing in evergreens. You know, they're not going to go after my hats that sell once a month or my coffee mugs that sell once a month. So, or at least I hope they don't. So that's what I really wanted to share, is like the biggest pain point for FBM print on demand on Amazon specifically. I'm sure there's other things I could bring up, like they don't make it very easy to run ads to your FBM print on demand products. It's not that it can't be done. Like I can think of ways to do it in bulk if I really wanted to, but you know, that's another pain point, but it's not really the dark side of Amazon. As far as FBA, this one has really sucked lately. So when I first got started on Amazon FBA, a little bit over 4 years ago at this point, the first product I launched, I scaled out into a brand, and it has brand recognition to this day. Something that you guys know, I'm not that big on brands. I'm not a big believer in brand loyalty these days because it's so easy for people. I feel like the walls are crumbling that people thought made it hard to own your own brand. So to me, I was never that worried about brand loyalty, brand identity, etc. Does that mean I didn't have a brand? No, I still had a brand. I trademarked it, I did brand registry, and after 4 years, I have the premier brand on Amazon for these products. Now here's the problem. I didn't invent these products. They were already selling, in retail stores around the United States, probably around the world. And the biggest retailer for them decides to get on Amazon maybe 5-6 months ago. I don't even know. What was it? 5-6 months ago, probably. And they're like, well, who the heck are these guys outselling us? So they hired a legal team, an expensive one, not just any legal team, to basically intimidate other sellers to try to get them off the platform, me included. And they're giving me special attention. Now, if you guys are subscribed to my channel, you know that I've got some lawyers in the family. I've got a few, so I can get legal advice for free, but I ended up having to also hire my own lawyer to represent me in this matter. And if you guys end up needing a lawyer, by the way, for Amazon, hit me up and I'll give you his info. His name's Preston, good guy. He knows his stuff. He specializes in intellectual property and e-commerce, so it was a good fit. He actually reached out to me right when I needed him, so it was completely organic, and he didn't even know. So anyways, I had to hire him, and doing my best to push back a little bit, because this is truly like David versus Goliath, as far as these guys are established, they're in retail stores, they've got capital inflows without even Amazon. You know what I mean? They don't need Amazon, but they finally got their act together in the end of 2020. They waited till the last possible second, tried to get on Amazon, and this is their solution to combat people like me that have been there for 4 years, just doing a good job, just creating quality products. You know what I mean? Like, me and my supplier are like this. Like, it's one of these things that sucks. You know what I mean? Because it's messing up the business relationship with my suppliers too, because I'm not reordering as much. I'm trying to not get caught with too much dead inventory there if I do need to pull off Amazon. But what I was going to share is that today I noticed that Amazon pulled down my 2 best-selling products out of my entire catalog that just so happened to be in that brand. Actually, maybe they're not the 2 best-selling. I guess it depends on time of year. But these 2 products easily, they make no less than 150K revenue a year. No less. That's like the bare minimum. So it's most likely higher than like 200K. And they're just gone. They're just off the catalog. No message, nothing. And so I contacted seller support, put urgent, and I'm not trying to be the guy that complains about people that work in customer support, but the person I got on the phone was not helpful. But what Amazon doesn't want is you opening multiple cases for the same issue. So I'm kind of stuck. I was politely asked hey, is it possible to escalate this to somebody else that might be able to help more? And they're like, well, you'll hear from them in 4 days or 4 or 5 days. So that's where I'm at right now. It's not ideal. Obviously, this isn't ideal. And it does make the case for why you should diversify. Now, I'm not just saying oh, go, this is where most people are like, this is why you should be on Shopify. You're not wrong. But a fraction of 1% of people that jump on Shopify actually are successful and profitable. A fraction of 1%. Do you know why that is? I mean, again, I don't want to make this video about Shopify, but guys, if you're on your own website, you need to make a website that functions well. That's where Shopify comes in. You need to make it convert. So you need to install a bunch of add-ons, do extra stuff, set up an email. There's all this stuff you need to do. Then you need to actually drive traffic, which arguably is the hardest part of that whole equation. And I know better than most because I actually run a successful website. Gets 200,000 to 300,000 hits a month minimum for the last 10 years. So I know better than most, right? So I'm not saying you shouldn't be on Shopify, but it doesn't necessarily, keep in mind, there's only one Amazon right now. Walmart may catch up, but there's only one Amazon. So Amazon was always my priority. Also keeping in mind that all sales on Amazon, whether advertised, whether it's me sending off Amazon traffic to Amazon to my listings, if it converts, it helps my product listings rank. So I was very Amazon centric, and I was rewarded handsomely for it, to be honest. And if anything, this just makes the case to, at a minimum, diversify onto eBay. I've made a bunch of sales on eBay of these same products. Etsy, Walmart, I'm still trying to get into Walmart, so hopefully I'll get in and I'll let you guys know how I did it. But there is a dark side to Amazon, guys. And I guess if there's a light to this, coming back to what most people talk about as a pain point with Amazon is dealing with hijackers on your listings, but honestly, they've gotten way better about that. Now there's this IP accelerator program too. So instead of you taking a year to get your trademark, to get brand registered and have the tools you need to try to protect your listings, you can do IP accelerator, pay $850, get your trademark and get into brand registry in about 2 weeks. And that's the most important part if you ask me, because then you can do the enhanced brand content and have some tools to defend your listing amongst other things. But that's really what I wanted to share. I vented a little bit here about what happened today with my two best sellers, straight up, in my FBA business. At least right now, best sellers. In the spring, I'll probably have another product or two that jump it, but it just sucks. What else is there to say? So I'm just making this clear. I'm trying to be transparent, guys. One thing that you could do, if you're thinking like, don't just complain, give us a solution. Well, I mentioned earlier wholesale, and I did an interview 2 weeks ago with Dan and Dylan from the Wholesale Formula. Now, today is the last day you can join the Wholesale Formula, and then I believe they close the program until next year. Now, I've taken their class, and I am trying to do wholesale, amongst many other things. As you guys know, I'm busy. I plan on doing at least one wholesale product. The one that, if you guys watched the live stream, go back and watch the live stream if you missed it. I have one product in mind that may be really good because it's a bestseller in retail stores, but on Amazon, their brand presence sucks. So I'm going for that. And if you watch the live stream, you already know what I'm talking about. But that is something, if you can get exclusive rights to sell a product from a big brand that maybe isn't on Amazon and they should be, that is a nice way of setting up and carving out a pocket of Amazon. And they're doing the brand recognition, brand trust, brand loyalty, advertising off of Amazon for you. And then you just help optimize their presence on Amazon. And you know, if you can rank their product, which by the way, most customers probably already recognize if it's a big brand, you can make some real coin, some real profit. So I'm definitely thinking about that as a alternative, not an alternative. I'm not giving up, right? I'm not giving up my private label. I have other products, obviously, but it sucks when it's like your best sellers. You know what I mean? And it sucks when you're getting bullied, because I don't want to back down. You know, it also sucks to light money on fire paying a lawyer, because we know they're expensive, but you know, it is what it is, right? That's the whole purpose. In my mind, that's the purpose of the legal system. It's so that the big guys can bully the little guys. That's just my personal take though. But yeah, that's it, guys. So look into wholesale. I'll put a link to the Wholesale Formula if you want to check it out, because it is, I think, the last day. So, but yeah, I mean, their course is really top notch too. It teaches you things outside of just the Amazon scope as well, as far as like starting your business, tax, LLC forming, all that stuff. So it's not just Amazon centric. And that's pretty much it, guys. Hey, before I start rambling and talking about other stuff, why don't I wrap the video here? Thank you for listening through till the end. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.